Welcome back. They call Earth the blue planet, and it's pretty obvious why. Today, we're going deep. We're going to talk about our incredible oceans, what they give us, the sheer power they have, and, yeah, the trouble they're in. So let's just kick things off with a huge question. What do our oceans actually do for us? I mean, it sounds simple, right? But the answers? Well, they're massive, and they affect every single one of us.
All right, first up, let's talk about one of the most direct ways the ocean helps us out. It's something we all love, food. Think of the ocean as this enormous worldwide pantry. It literally feeds billions of people.
I mean, just look at this. So many of us get our food straight from the water. You've got fish, crabs, prawns, mackerel. The list just goes on and on. A massive chunk of the seafood that people eat around the globe comes right out of our oceans. That makes them absolutely critical. And get this isn't some new thing. Fishing is one of the oldest jobs in the world, one of the biggest things we've ever done as a species. But it's not just about what's for dinner. Ocean life is also key for making things like fertilizers, medicines, and even for pushing science forward. Okay, so we've got food, but the ocean has this other kind of secret job. It's this incredible invisible force that basically acts as the planet's thermostat. And believe me, its power is just immense. To really wrap your head around this, let's think about something you've probably noticed. Why is it that places by the coast seem to have more stable weather? It's a classic question you might even remember from, say, a Class 6 science lesson. Why aren't there such wild swings in temperature? Okay, check out this data. It's actually really fascinating. See that column for range of temperature? For a city right on the coast like Istanbul, the temperature has a pretty small range. But then you look at a city way inland like Kabul, and whoa, the range is much, much wider. That huge difference? Yep, that's the ocean at work. So there's actually a fancy word for this, continentality. But really, all it means is the ocean is like a giant air conditioner and heater all in one. Water evaporates, that vapor gets into the air, and it holds onto heat. That's what keeps the temperature from going wild in coastal spots. And this isn't just a local thing, it's global. Think of ocean currents as these massive, planet-sized conveyor belts. They're constantly moving warm water away from the equator and bringing cold water back down. This whole system of moving heat around is, well, it's what keeps our entire planet's climate in balance. It's absolutely crucial. So, okay, we've got food, we've got climate control. What else could there be? Well, the ocean is not done giving. It's also like Earth's ultimate treasure chest. We're talking resources, trade routes, and even natural protection. Just think about what's down there on the ocean floor. It's a treasure trove. We pull up iron ore, lead, manganese, not to mention huge amounts of oil and natural gas. And that's before you even get to things like beautiful pearls or plants that can be used to make medicine. And here's where it gets really clever. The ocean doesn't just give us all this stuff. It also gives us the best way to move it around. It's the cheapest, most effective superhighway on the planet. Almost all of our global trade relies on these ocean routes to get goods from point A to point B. But the ocean's treasures aren't all just minerals and oil. They're alive, too. Just look at mangrove forests. People call them the lungs of the coastal towns, and for good reason. They're like these natural shields protecting the coast from big, damaging waves. Plus, they're bursting with all kinds of wildlife. All right, so we've talked a lot about what the ocean gives us. It's a lot. But with all that comes a huge responsibility. And unfortunately, this is where we have to talk about a really serious problem, and that's pollution. And the threats are coming from all over the place. You've got trash being dumped from ships, fishing that's just out of control, and people cutting down those super important mangrove forests we were just talking about. And on top of all that, there's a nonstop stream of sewage and factory waste pouring in from our cities. Sometimes the pollution is just catastrophic, a total disaster right away. Think about huge oil spills. They create these massive toxic slicks that are just a death sentence for marine animals. Events like this can push whole species. We're talking everything from sea turtles to dolphins right to the brink of extinction. But it isn't always one big, dramatic event. A lot of the time, it's a slow, constant drip. The waste and sewage that flows out of our cities and industries every single day, that's a huge ongoing problem that's basically poisoning the ocean bit by bit. Look, I know this sounds pretty grim, but it brings us to what might be the most important point of this whole explainer. What do we do about it? It's on all of us to protect our oceans. The source material we used for this explainer says it so clearly, I just have to read it. The living world in this salty water is suffering from the pollution caused by man. We must avoid this. I mean, you can't get much more direct than that. It's a clear call to action. So, as we finish up here, I just want to leave you with this one question to think about. We've seen how the ocean gives us food, how it balances our climate, how it provides us with so many resources. It really does take care of us. So the big question for all of us is, how are we going to take care of it? Hey, thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive. It's been great. If you want to learn about more important stuff like this, you should definitely subscribe to the A1 Institute YouTube channel. Hope to see you next time.